Welcome to the warehouse, Jersey City, New Jersey. What a remarkable game between Lovia's and We Got Ice. 5-4 is your final.
Yeah.
And we welcome you to the Shady Rays postgame show. Head on over to shadyrays.com. Code word is warehouse. You're going to save 40% on your next pair of shades. Pete Moylan, Chris Rose, Kelsey Wingert. We'll hear from her momentarily, but first, a remarkable win by We Got Ice, the first road team to win any game this season in the warehouse. And how about Zoe at the dish and then making the remarkable defensive play to end the game?
Crazy turn of events. He was sitting there in the first inning talking about how terrible he'd been playing so far, turns it around with a grand slam swing, and then makes the best catch I've seen in the warehouse.
It was as good as it comes, and I love it that he was actually using the mitt.
That's
a lot of pitchers don't use the mitt, right?
It's harder to catch with that mitt.
Pretty unreal. So I'm going to guess that our Shady Rays player of the game is Zoe. Congratulations with the grand slam, with the game-saving catch. Don't forget, use the code WAREHOUSE to get 40% off your next pair of Shady Rays. You'll also get early access to the John Boy Media and Shady Rays collab pairs dropping later this summer.
Lucky.
Our Kelsey Wingert standing by with a couple of happy men.
Wow. What a game. From both of you, it was a great team win, but man, Zoe, having the game of your life there, just walk me through that final play, being able to record that final out. Did you think you had it the whole way?
No, I kind of blanked out a little bit. I knew I needed to show Dalton a cookie because I just wasn't showing strikes. So I looked at Jack and I said, it doesn't matter if they had a homer or anything. We just need a ball and play. So I dove for it, and thank God I got that. That was so fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A big storyline going into this game was that elusive second out for you. Whenever you were able to come through with the grand slam, though, what did that do for you?
I knew we needed 5 because Lovia's hits the ball so damn hard. You can't get them out. So I knew we needed 5, and I wasn't seeing the ball great off Nicky. So as soon as Doyle came in, I was like, thank God, because Nicky was owning me this game. So that felt good.
Well, Jack, man, I mean, we talk about your pitching so much. Obviously, back-to-back Cy Youngs. You had some really, really big outs there for you. But your teammate, Zoe, your best friend, your roommate, what was it like for you to see him have the game of his life tonight?
Game of his life. That homer was so big. As he said, we needed 5, and that shot, especially after, I can normally tell he wasn't feeling good. He was kind of in the dumps, so he really needed that. Everything that needed to happen really happened. Grand slam and a diving catch. That's crazy.
How nervous were you guys getting there in the bottom half of the inning when they were chipping away at the lead?
I knew we were good until they had enough men on base to hit a walk-off homer, but we've played them now for 4 innings. They haven't hit a homer. They're hitting the balls low, so I just knew if we induced contact, one of us was going to make a diving catch, and that's what we needed to do, and so did.
Oh, my gosh.
We need a Lovia's We Got Ice Finals trilogy. We're even teams. It's crazy.
Amazing game. You need to go celebrate this. What a catch. What a grand slam. I know you're happy for your teammate, man. Thank you both so much for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
And let's take a look at the Shady Rays playoff bracket. We Got Ice now advances to take on the college kids from the University of Missouri, Team Como. In the meantime, Lovia's falls to the losers bracket. They are still very much alive. Their next game will be against the 5-seed Hook, Line, Sinkers. All right, time to hear from the players. Let's head on over to the media room.
Wow.
Oh, man, Maddie, I'm tired, man.
Oh, why is that?
Maddie, man, I'm tired, man.
Why is it when we play Lovia's, it's like an emotional drain, dude? It's crazy.
Yeah, well, speaking of emotional drain, Zoe, you have to get the final 2 outs of the game. How much pressure were you feeling on the mound throughout all of that? How much of a relief was the diving catch to finish the game?
After I hit the grand slam, my adrenaline went as high as it could go and then dropped down, and I didn't have much left, which is why I was feeling a lot slower. So I was like, damn it. But once the salvage pitch, honestly, that celebration was huge to just break up the stress of the inning, because I think that helped you get the final out, which was huge because you couldn't let in any runs, which, no pressure, bud. But after that, I was like, all right, just pray to God I get 1 ground ball out.
After your strikeout, I saw the finger to the sky. That was a prayer.
Oh, that was just a prayer to the Blitzball gods to come off the ceiling. Had the ball come off the ceiling.
When do you finger to the sky?
I just want to thank God.
I think in a Blitzball game, you're every religion.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll see you praying to every god.
Dude, I'll pray to anybody to get an out, especially against Lovia's. We can't get them out. They're so good. Well, you can, but I can't.
They can hit.
Jack, what was your point of view when you saw Zoe start to go to the ground? on the last play of the game?
The whole time he was pitching, which, I mean, amazing job actually throwing strikes, because that's kind of the thing that we work on. It's really hard at the pressure to throw strikes, and they're making you work, and you throw a strike most of the time, so that's big. What was the question?
What was your point of view once Zoe was heading towards the ground there?
I was just kind of hoping. I didn't even move. It was coming right to you, or it was coming down. I saw you hit the ground, then I saw it in your glove, and then I think I had a pretty big celebration.
See, I didn't see you because, one, I didn't know how to react, and two, I wanted to make sure Dalton was good.
I think.
I wanted to make sure Dalton was good because he looked like – I just wanted to make sure he was all good because I've been in that spot where you give up a big lead, and it sucks, man. It sucks a lot to regather yourself.
But crazy. Relief.
I think that you knew how many pitches you had to go until 1,000 coming in.
Yeah.
And then you were updated throughout from up top.
Yeah.
How much extra pressure did it add knowing that milestone was coming? Did you treat the game any differently?
No, I felt real stupid because that's how actual real sports milestones are.
Oh, that was so funny.
All the players are like, hey, nothing about it, we're just trying to get the win. And that's just what it is. Because if I gave up a homer or even a hit or a ball, it's lame. Luckily, I think I hit pipes. So I was like, nice, that's so big.
Dude, imagine if your Southlands hit one pitch with a freaking granny into the
and then it was great at bat. Nicky battled, and then I got the out, which is awesome just for a PR perspective, I guess. So I don't look like an idiot, but also for the game because that was the one out I needed, and then you can come in and close it out. Edwin Diaz.
Two biggest moments of sports history this year: LeBron breaks the scoring record. Jack throws 1,000 pitches about Tommy John.
Yeah,
same stuff.
Last question for you: tomorrow, I think, is a semifinal matchup against Como. If it's not tomorrow, it's the next day.
Yeah.
What mindset do you have going into that game? Are you rolling out the same strategy there?
We don't know.
I have no idea. Jack, I don't think you've given up a run this tournament. You've been so good. So I think Jack's going to pitch to them pretty well. They're really good. I got to make some stuff up to get them out. We're going to have to make 2 of those diving catches to get them out. We're going to have to make every play we get a chance. We're going to have to warehouse ball them. Off the walls, off the ceilings, because they're good. They're really good.
Maybe you pitch 2 innings 2 outs in the first.
Yeah, I might have Peter Moylan dress up like me and come down and pitch.
That too.
Right. And I meant to ask this earlier. I cannot let you leave without asking this. Jack, you saw 18 pitches against Dalton.
Yeah.
You did not swing at the first 14.
Yeah.
And the 3 times you swung after that was single, foul ball, single.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a strategy of not swinging against him? Was that told to you beforehand?
Yeah, he struggles to find the mound. So he has a hard time pitching.
Where is he pitching from?
He struggles to find the zone. So once it would be a 2-0 count or a 3-0 count, I was like, all right, just make him walk me. And I didn't really hit well. I had 2 foul poke jobs that just landed fair, but that's all we needed because we just needed to not end the inning.
Usually we guys loses these games, but this game, even if you weren't hitting well, you just had a really good, calm composure, which I needed this game because, it was ruckus in there.
My first swing of the game was horrible.
I dropped a gander mid-game. I said gander at one point.
You gander?
I said, could you take a gander at that?
Right.
I said bollocks.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. That's enough.
I'm not British.
All right, time right now for our Shady Rays moment of the game. Jack Doyle becoming the first pitcher in warehouse history to log 1,000 career pitches. Of course, it was a strike, and of course, a tip of the cap and a warm reception from all those on hand. Kelsey Wingert, you were actually down on the diamond for that one. Pretty special moment.
Very special moment. There were signs in the stands that were already set up at the start of the game. I believe he needed 20 or 21 pitches to get to 1,000.
Something like that, yeah.
But, man, the point that he was making in his post-game press conference, just how nice it was, like you said, to get a strike there and for it to not to be a home run or a grand slam. But Jack Doyle, back-to-back Cy Young winners in our Blitzball battles, and, man, did he come through big today.
And I thought it was really interesting that Zoe said, I loved that moment because it kind of relieved all the pressure.
Yeah.
He knew that he was going to have to get the last 2 outs because of the math and everything. But he just felt like, okay, I get to see my best buddy, the guy I hang out with all the time, the guy I live with, get to celebrate something.
Yeah, gave them a nice little breather. It was a very obviously emotional game for Zoe. You heard him talking about when he hit the Grand Slam, his adrenaline really just jumped up there, and then it crashed, and he had to manufacture that energy. So a great little spot to breathe there, but what an emotional game on so many fronts for this one.
But for as much as we want to talk about Jack, this was all about Zoe and his heroics, getting the last 2 outs, one diving on the ground, the Grand Slam and everything. I love it how far he has turned things around from Blitzball Battle 1 to Blitzball Battle 3.
Yeah, it's been such a talk coming into this tournament that he's going to have a hard time getting that second out. We saw that again today, but man, like he said, the strategy for them going forward, they're going to have to make plays like that to make up for his inability to throw strikes sometimes. But what a big
words,
catch there.
not mine.
Hey,
Her words,
it was those
not mine.
words in the press conference.
All right, so we got Ices moving on. In the meantime, Love Yous moves down to the losers bracket. In fact, coming up in our next game, it'll be 2 teams fighting for their playoff lives. Team Baggage and Pinstripe Strong. The bosses against Joe's and Lou. It's going to be a blast. So for Kelsey Wingert, Pete Moylan, and our amazing John Boy Media broadcast team, say hi, everybody. There they are. I am Chris Rose. Thanks for tuning into the postgame show presented to you by Shady Rays.